a lot of easy buckets. They're tied for 5th this season in points in the paint. So, Karan, break it down, baby Bubba.
They're doing an excellent job at dominating the paint, and, I can't do it
You
right
can't,
now.
especially when you have shoes like that
man, I gotta...
and a suit like that. Oh, man, sounds like in the gym.
Squeak.
Woo, nothing like a squeak.
I'm rolling right there.
Means you're balling.
The reason why they've been so efficient is because of these two guys right here. Look at LeBron James throwing the ball out to Anthony Davis. Look at all that paint. Very seldomly do you see that much real estate in the state of Utah. Look at LeBron James. Anthony Davis, this is the action that we love. He's going to do a great job going downhill, finishing over the top. I think Gobert did an excellent job of making a career decision on that play.
Yeah, good move.
Look at the paint. Jared Dudley, 63% three-point shooter. Kyle Kuzma, all over 40. Look at Dwight Howard. He's operating down here with just one person on him. He's going to be able to get the rebound. There was a foul on that play once the other guy came over. A lot of contact, was able to finish in traffic. LeBron James again, leading the league in assists. Going to kick it out to AD. AD's going to separate himself from the defense. Karl-Anthony Towns, too slow to get to him. Look at all the traffic that he draws. 1, 2, 3 defenders. Going to dump it off to JaVale. Easy bucket.
I like that.
That's what I love, and that's why we live it in the paint.
Okay, we got an extra hop up there on the wall now. That was sweet.
That's new.
Something different.
Something different, huh?
A little flavor.
I like that a lot right there. Now you got to come up with that every time. All right, big game. We're going to go inside access for you. The Lakers are second in the league in second chance points. Dwight Howard returning to Orlando once again. He's shooting 74% on second chance opportunities. That's the best in the NBA. What does it do for a team's offense when Dwight is playing like that on the offensive glass?
Yeah, he knows what his role is, and he's dug into his role. He's not looking for a play to be called for him, so he's not looking for the ball on any sets. All he's doing is being physical, and he knows when that shot goes up, he's going to put himself in position to get that ball, and that's what he does. He reads the shot takers, and he's always roaming around, and then he'll use his body, his physicality. He'll move people around. He hits people in there, and then when he gets the ball, he's a beast at taking it back up. A lot of them are alley-oops. A lot of them are easy putbacks, but it's just his attention to details. He knows what his job is, and he knows how to get to the points where he can get extra rebounds.
Yeah, I think, you hit that right on the nail right there where you say he knows himself, and he's staying in the paint, staying around the basket. He's setting hard screens. He's diving. He's protecting the paint. Like, he's just fun to watch. Like, he's bought in pretty much more than anyone, and I think once he bought in, the future Hall of Famer, everybody else followed.
Yeah, and I want to show you guys this because we're going to make a point. This is a cool photo. It's Dwight Howard, pre-game against Minnesota, and year one with Orlando. So year one versus year 16. Dwight Howard still kissing the rim, it said. But, James, I would say, I know he doesn't put up the numbers that he did when he was in Orlando. He's a 6-time All-Star. That's what's going to get him in the Hall of Fame. He was a superstar. But he's just as impactful.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that?
Numbers matter, especially if you're AD, you're dropping 50.
Yeah.
If you're getting 13 or 14 assists every night like LeBron. But then there are games with no numbers. Caruso, only 2 points one game, but had the highest plus-minus of the whole game. Dwight Howard's that type of guy. He doesn't look for the ball. High percentage shots. He shot that 1-3.
Yeah.
Knocked it down. That was fun.
Cash.
But, it's good to see a future Hall of Famer who could have gone to any team and said, look, give me the ball inside. I want to score. But he didn't.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the role I want. It's 16. I want to have fun again. And that's what he's having fun. I'm not saying he hadn't, but this is some real authentic fun night in and night out for the young fella.
Switching gears, Markelle Fultz in his first year in Orlando. He's not playing tonight, but he's averaging 12 points on 48% from the field. He's dishing out 4 assists per game. There was a lot of scrutiny surrounding the first overall pick in his first 2 years in Philly because of the struggles with injuries and the hitch in the shot. And he is out tonight with a stomach virus. I think we're all a little bummed on that. I know you are, Karan, because you have a relationship with him. You worked with Markelle in this offseason. Just take us through that process. What changed for him?
He was no longer injured.
Yeah.
One, he was injured and he was hurt. And he was trying to compensate and still be out there on that platform. Now, you cannot compensate and be out there with the world best.
Just doesn't work.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. So this summer, I think that he took a step back to really like clear his mind, get healthy, and then start getting better. And he went back to the fundamental basics, and he started playing the game of basketball. He started receiving the information that people was pouring into him because he was able to while healthy. And then now he's able to play, solid basketball, and I think he's trending in the right direction.
How big of a mental hurdle was it?
It was huge.
Yeah.
Because when you're hurt, you're still trying to play the game that you love, and you're thinking that, other things are going on because you can't perform at that level. And then when you're telling someone you're hurt, you're being misevaluated, misdiagnosed over there with the 76ers. So the change of scenery was very important for him.
Love a comeback story, right, James?
I do, and for a young kid, it is the toughest thing to do, Geeter, because in college, you're not pampered, but you're taken care of.
You're the man.
The sense of urgency is not as bad as in the NBA. Now, when you get to the NBA, everybody around you, doctors, GMs, it's their job to get you on the floor. So sometimes, they're pushing you a little bit. When you're a young kid, you have all this anxiety going on and fear because you know how you feel, and the doctors are telling you, okay, you can go back. So it's tough on young people, and it's good to have like mentor, like Tough Juice here to come in and kind of settle you down and talk to you and get you back on track.
Lakers and Magic are about 30 minutes away from tip-off. Avery Bradley is back after missing 13 games with a hairline fracture in his leg. He will come off the bench in Orlando. He's limited to 15 minutes. That number, hopefully, will go up during this road trip. And next on Access, LeBron and AD accomplished a feat last done by Kobe and Shaq. Hear what LeBron said about being compared to the great duo of the past and what he thinks about being a Laker. Sunday, a trip to face Trae Young and the Hawks. Tuesday in Indiana, and the finale is a must-see. Giannis and the Bucks. All these games are right here on Spectrum Sports Net. Hold on for animation. It's time for Michael's three-point play. Brez, three things that you're looking forward to in this game. We just came off that calendar, 5 games. Let's go big picture. What else are you looking for in this road trip?
Yeah, if you're Frank Vogel, you want to try to find certain ways to get the guys motivated for each game. Tonight, your pitch, it's not the best one ever, but Orlando, they're a playoff team. If the playoffs started today, they are 8th in the East, despite being a game under 500. Not a lot of front court depth with Vucevic out, so maybe Dwight and JaVale can kind of stick it to him. But Friday's game at Miami, that one writes itself. The Heat 11-0 at home. And, of course, the big one a week from Thursday, Giannis right there. That's the road finale. They could have a 19-game winning streak. Nice. Right now it's at 15. There's 4 games between now and then they have to play. But if it's 19 games, what if the Lakers remain undefeated on the road, too? I mean, there could be some really big things going on a week from Thursday.
So Kuzma's out. Avery's in.
Yep.
Rondo's a game time. What does this mean for the rotation with Avery Bradley coming back and even Kuzma going out?
Yeah, I think Kuzma, it might mean more minutes from AD if that is even possible, especially if it's a close game. I mean, he played almost 40 minutes the other night against Minnesota when he scored 50 points.
Do we see Dudley?
Yeah, I think we'll see more Dudley, too, for sure. I think Dudley, he hasn't really played meaningful minutes in a game in almost a month. He had about 24 in the blowout against Golden State, like I said, almost a month ago. And Frank Vogel has already confirmed for us that Avery Bradley will be limited to 15 minutes at most tonight. So KCP still the starter. And when you start as low as 15 minutes, it might take a while for Avery Bradley to kind of get that time limit up. So it might be KCP's job as a starter for maybe the whole road trip. We'll have to see.
When's the last time Danny Green took a 2-point shot?
It's been over a week. It's kind of crazy. One of the stat anomalies that we uncovered here at Spectrum Sportsnet, in the last 3 games, he has taken 13 shots, all behind the arc, and we have a little shot chart for you. And
there it is, Brad.
Good news for Danny and the Lakers. He's making them. He's about 54% behind the arc. A lot of O's there. Remember, the O is what you want to see if you're Danny or a Lakers fan. This is kind of funny. Let's compare it to Anthony Davis's game against Minnesota the other night. A lot of O's, but they're all going to be in the paint pretty much, except for a random field.
No threes in a 50-point game.
No threes for him, and nothing but threes for Danny Green over the last 3 games. This is not a knock on Danny, just something we uncovered. Thought it was kind of interesting. He's done some pretty good things, by the way, when he's not shooting the ball as well. In that Minnesota game, he was a team-high plus 27.
Wow.
So you want defense, you're going to get it from this guy for sure. By the way, you got to love that stat down there, 40% from three-point range the entire season. And also, he's an underrated rebounder. In the last 3 games, even though he's not shooting a lot of twos, he's averaging 6 rebounds a game.
Wow.
That's pretty good for a small forward.
And this team is now all of a sudden a top 6 three-point shooting team in the league. What a turnaround.
We never thought we'd say that, did we?
Perez,
It's
how
been
about
years.
that? Great stuff, man.
Yeah.
Straight ahead, Dwight Howard took the Magic to the NBA Finals against the Lakers.